verified sources, as well as information about how to vote in the doobly doo below. Hank, I will see you on Friday.
What's up?
Hold on, I'm gonna get on the. You're on my phone right now.
Oh, okay. I gotta go do something real quick, anyways.
All right.
Jedi still.
Serious question. Maybe you answer that for this. It's not a question. It's a statement. And you know what? You have such a good time as you actually for. You want to be real. Okay, so first of all,
Hey, babe, I need a.
One shooter, honestly, professional, and right after this.
Is that Rachel?
Yeah, it's Rachel.
Guys think it's game related. I said it's bullshit.
What up, Rachel? Is my mic? Is my mic really loud?
Can you hear me?
A little bit.
I can hear you.
Why didn't you ever come for your massage?
I am on my way.
Oh shit.
How's that?
That is pretty weak, I gotta admit.
I mean, hey, you know, Cowboys are a real deal this year.
Hey, Titans are 3-4. That's better than they've done like last two seasons combined.
Flat sheet in that closet. It's the California king size. You can just get a few taps. Where? You want to know where? Yeah.
These one?
That's this little thing.
Hold on, I'm gonna try something real quick now.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Oh, CBB, I didn't know you were there.
Oh, this will work.
Hey, this looks like I'm about to watch a show. Just you don't gotta do anything. Let the camera roll.
Oh my God, Corey always wanted the dividers.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so cool. It's like not going down.
Hey Corey, do you have that email?
Let me see here. I need to find some tax. What is what camera is that? Is this your phone still?
No, that's the laptop, bro.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I got the laptop and I got my CAD mic going. How's the audio sound? Does it sound too loud or good?
Better.
Okay. I can hear a lot of echo in my house. That's why I ask.
No, that's way better.
I've got like blankets thrown on the floor. I got all kinds of janky shit going on here to try and like dampen it, but I'm kind of screwed.
Yep. I need a couple of them. What did I do with them? What did I do? I think I gotta run downstairs.
I just sent a link.
I'll be right back.
Where you going? Oh, I don't know. There's a couple of Korean girls.
Corey, I can't listen to something. Your biggest problem, you don't know how to stay focused. I'm not doing this. You're just getting support from your brother. We go back to the main system. Not my brother.
Too much. Too much.
Whatever you want to do. I'm going to do is I'm full of stuff. And I could possibly throw. Corey, I ate all my food. I'm a piggy. Did you know your food? I already asked you. I don't know what you said.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? That's so cool because it's for $1. Bitch is 30 years old, swimming like a dolphin.
Damn you, fan.
We're so excited right now, isn't he? You might be one of those people that dance. Oh my God, babe, I can see his shadow. Can you see us, kind of?
Yep.
Slam.
I need one more.
You going to Coolidge room? No, I have a race. Wow. What kind of walk is that?
It's called The Old Lady.
Oh. You told me an old lady. I'll just give him that tag. You know.
Yeah, very young. You are a young-looking lady. Rachel?
No, that's it a lot. Don't trip.
Oh yeah, girl. Turn it up.
You got this, Rachel.
Turn that light on, girl. Yeah, girl.
Why?
Because I can see it through the sheet. Nigga, I ain't looking. It's behind the sheet. Perfect. That's a lot better.
I'm just working on some lighting technicalities.
That's cool, dog. Come on, baby. I can't see what you're doing.
All right.
Oh, that's perfect. Yes. No, I can't see nothing over there. There you go. Perfect.
Everything I ever wanted.
Okay.
That's weird.
About to be lit up in this bitch.
About to get lit. Lit.
Oh my God, I'm so full I could throw up.
Right.
It's a perfect face.
Yeah.
Are you having fun in there?
Nah, girl. It's work.
Well, in your own face.
Oh, so much better. The lighting looks a little better.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. I sent her the link, but nothing yet. You could also like text her that same link that I texted to you
Hella
too.
loud, but we're not doing that, man. We're just testing stuff.
Well, this is live. Anybody can tune in on this link and watch.
Yeah.
But will they be entertained? I don't know.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
touch your turn. Oh, I'm gonna try with the headphones. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Because this. Interesting. I need some more tax.
Yo. Boom. You got the chat up?
Nah, where is that at?
I don't know.
There we go.
I feel like we're so close. Oh my God, I feel like we're so close. I'm getting excited.
Yep, it's going down, little nigga. Hold on real quick.
That black thing is looking good.
Black thing? Good?
Yeah, the black thing you got up? Yeah, stay black.
Stay black.
I'm going to do that with my mirror, I think, because that looks pretty good. That looks legit.
I'm gonna hang my lightsaber.
What happened to my lightsabers? Oh, God damn it. I have to find my lightsabers. I don't know. I think I might. I don't know what I did with them.
Oh my god, this is you.
All right. So the audio is decent, huh?
Yeah, it's good. It's. I want to say like this. I think that the way this setup is looking, it's doable.
All right, hold on. I'm just looking at. I'm going to look at myself for a second.
Great job.
Just trying to see what a background would look like. I think I still
Hey.
need.
Check the Johnny table or not Johnny. The password is taco profile. Check it out
Where the hell is that?
on Facebook.
I made it into one. Yes. How do you do this? What? What is one of these? Oh, no,
Wait.
Where's my laughing one? Right. You're getting the right
Oh shit!
Does the stream work? Does the link work?
Looks like it. Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
Oh shit. Technology's fun. I'm gonna click on it, see what happens. There's a hella delay, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like about a 5-second delay, but it's on there. That's dope, dog. Shit, I need more stuff in the background now.
I have nothing. I got.
Well, let me. Shit. I don't have any more tags.
You got to get some nails, dude.
Yeah.
Or yeah, whatever.
They're squares. The foot is a square that they sew together. What you're doing?
High tech.
Oh God, man, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
How many more squares do you have?
I have a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Not a bunch.
Where this girl at?
I don't know.
It's also pretty hard to get both ways. Eastern European. It's freaking punk. You stop it. I can't do it. Seriously,
You know, if that was a real lightsaber, just cut right through that wall, right? Just
Yeah, I just go. Hey, can we? Here's a good question here. Is it possible for us to have a window that is actually a web browser instead of just a video feed?
just open another web browser, dude.
Well, I have a web browser open, but I was wondering, like, say how we have it down in the how we have our selectable deals. It would be nice if we can have a. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I just opened a second Chrome page. That's all I did. That's how I got Facebook up and
Right, that's what I got going too.
but
But
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can go on Google and all that, but are you talking like a split screen so we can kind of keep? Because that would be up to your computer, really.
well, I can do. Well,
Because I can collapse my pages to where I have two up side by side.
yeah. I can, that's what I have right now going on. I'm just. See, I'm looking at this little control panel on the side here. Like there's screen share. I don't know what that is. Your entire screen.
Boom. That's tight, dude. That is tight. I'm going to take a picture of what I got going on real quick.
Just just turn the. Can you turn your screen to the mirror? Because I can almost see your reflection in that mirror right there.
Oh, yeah. Prepare for all the sexiness, though.
All right.
I don't know if you're ready.
Oh, you have to. Okay, the 50%. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I just chopped my screens in half and
Yeah, I got
boom.
that going on too. If you just drag it like to the edge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you know,
That's how I have it right now.
it's just a ghetto ass workaround.
Hey, bro, that was an addition to Windows 8. I remember that was like a big deal.
I still haven't been able to figure out how to get it to work right, though. I mean,
Right? Yeah.
what it was supposed to be. I don't know.
I would like it to where, because what happens is you get on one page and you want to go back and forth real quick, but you have to click on the page in order for your cursor to get there. I wish your cursor would just go over where, like, your hover, you know? Like
Maybe
wherever
that
you
was-
hover, you want to do it.
Maybe it was just a multitasking. That's kind of what it's supposed to. I don't know. I remember having a shitload of web pages anyways, and I'd resize them and shit, and this is what I would end up with
Right.
all the way since Windows 7.
Shit, XP. That's yeah, the
XP.
shop, right?
Dude, XP was the shit for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
See if you can invite her.
Well, let me see what's going on first.
Tell her she could just use her phone as long as it's hooked up to her Google account. On it.
Like, what if I want to load the Star Wars Rogue One trailer and have you guys geek out over it?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know, like have it take over the screen.
Oh, man. We'd probably have to set up a whole different browser for that one. And, like, have it mirror the screen. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking
Right. Like almost like a shared screen type deal.
Yeah, that would almost, yeah, we got to learn some things.
You're right about that.
Definitely a little more than our technicalities. You just do, Corey. You did it.
I just learned something.
What the?
Hold on. Oh, yeah. I'm a genius.
What did you do?
Hold on. I want to go to something.
That's so awesome. How did you do that? You have to teach me.
Okay. All right. I'll teach you right now. Hold on. All right. So let me just X out of this.
Oh my God, this is so awesome.
And on your top left, the screen share.
Yeah.
You hit that, and then hit application window, and then the whatever other page you have open will come up on the right. And you just click that. Boom. So just have your window already open, like how you have the split screen.
Yeah.
And then that'll show up. Like if you open up another browser, you know what I mean? Like how you
screen,
have it.
You mean the screen share that's in the Hangouts, or the screen share that's
in the Hangouts? It's like a little green screen with the share.
Oh, dope, dude. Oh my God. And so how do we do that? We just put cast or what?
Hold on. Let me see that. Let me do it over because I fucked it up. We'll get you over here and put you over there. Okay. All right, so now I got the 50-50 screen going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm controlling the left screen. On the right screen where the chat is, I hit the share and then the application window, and now you're seeing the screen on my left now. So
yeah. Okay, I got you.
I just clicked over.
Here's mine. I got it. So badass.
Okay, so.
Okay. I'll put you back up.
Got it?
Yep. That's the shit. Hey, that dude that just played that Imperial officer in the white, he's a fucking great actor. I've been seeing him in a lot of stuff, man.
Oh shit!
It's one of the things that makes me can't wait to be able to see this shit.
How do I stop it now? Okay,
uncheck the share. Just uncheck it. Just go back in the green. Just hit the green screen again.
Okay, got it.
That's it. It's that simple.
All right, now I can't tell because your shared screen is up, so I can't tell if I did it. But I'm pretty. Yeah, it's up in the top, like the The settings.
Yeah,
bar.
I just undid mine.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm back to me.
Hold on.
Click on your picture.
What the?
Click
Where'd
on the
it go?
picture click on your picture in the Hangouts.
Dude, no. Shit. Okay, I'm confused. Hold on.
Just hit that green screen again, dude. It'll unshare it.
There we go. Yeah, I see what I have to do now.
Get some background ambiance going here.
Ambiance.
Got the SJ in the background.
Some ambiance going.
Yeah, man, you gotta have the ambiance. It's all about the, like, you got the sword. I have speakers. Yours is way cooler. I almost bought the other day, just because I was thinking about this studio, I almost bought a Spider-Man poster. I was like, man, I'm gonna put that fucking poster up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm sure I could do some other things in here. Like I want to mount the lightsaber. I'll mount the lightsaber. I'll put some Mustang stuff up.
Yeah, I got like a little bit of area here. I think I can do something with. Maybe I'll buy like those throw blankets and stuff where they have like cool stuff like Ninja Turtles, and
Yeah.
I might buy one of those and put that here over the mirror.
Well, actually,
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. Yeah, get something Spider-Man-y, put it in the background, definitely.
What are them girls in there talking about?
What y'all talking about? Food?
we're talking about the position of your stomach in your body.
Oh,
Okay.
that's interesting.
We can do this for 8 hours, YouTube says.
That's barely enough to contain our gangster.
Yeah, YouTube, according to YouTube, once we start a broadcast, we can go 8 hours straight before we got to start another one.
That's it. That's a jip.
That's a shitload of 1080p bandwidth. I don't know what you're really putting out. I wonder. I'm curious. Like, you know how YouTube downscales it? Yeah, YouTube downscales whatever we put out. So I'm thinking it's real graceful. Are you drinking a coffee this late at night? What are you drinking?
No, it's a Thai tea. It's all the way done now. It's basically what you have, but way, way, way more expensive.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Most things are more expensive than my 99-cent Arizona tea. That's
like
not,
a $7 thing of half
Yeah.
as much drink.
my shit's down at the bottom of the barrel, but as
It's
many of
still
these as
okay.
I drink, I should get endorsements. I think I should get an endorsement drink from Arizona. I'll write them a letter.
Right. Yeah, maybe you can get like a Arizona poster for the background.
We should talk about something in the meantime until
Until
'cause we are
nothing
broadcast-
happens.
we're broadcasting right now. So I doubt anybody's watching, but you know.
If they are, that's cool.
I might go ahead and like this post from. Oh, I can't believe that count hasn't been like taken down yet.
All right.
You know. So, what's your thoughts on that last debate?
I don't know. I think Hillary kind of solidified her lead there. It's pretty much, to me, it was
You know what
more the same. But I feel like once she got started on the women, he really didn't have any kind of comeback from that.
Yeah. But I think one of the sorry, I'm reading something. I think one of the things that people probably are not really taking into consideration is a lot of the I don't want to say undecided voters, but I would say more of the down low people that don't really like put their shit out there about who they want to see as president. And I think that's a big majority of people this year.
Mhm.
I think a lot of you're getting a lot more people this election that are afraid to really like kind of voice who they want to see as president. And I think that's going to be the deciding factor, because we've got a lot of people that are obviously Hillary. And I got to tell you, on my friends list, and it makes me feel a little, I don't know how it makes me feel about my friends, but I want to say like 90% of them are Trump supporters. It's crazy. Yeah, on my friends list, dude. It's like I can count on you and a select few other people that will post anti-Trump, pro-Hillary stuff. But like, man, I got friends that like they're all on the same level. Just all the same exact level. So
Yeah, for me, it's been more. I would say the majority of my friends stay out of the whole mix. The majority.
yeah, and that's the minority that I believe is not so much of a minority.
Right. And then
And
then
I think
there's a group of people that kind of the same way, which is kind of more progressive, kind of more toward not so much Hillary, but like just liberally.
mhm.
So they're like Bernie supporters or libertarians. So I got there's a group of those. There's another group of true Hillary, like to the bone, mostly women. And then you got the group of pro-Trump. I would say the vast minority are the non-Trump supporting Republicans. I haven't heard or seen anything from that.
Well, I say based off of your like small calculation or because you got to gauge from your friends, like
Yeah.
that a lot of like black people tend to be more pro Hillary, or not that it really matters to me, but I'm just curious because it seems to me that most of my friends that are pro Trump are white.
Right.
And then
Well, it's hard to tell because I would say the majority of Bernie supporters were black. You know, that was the main thing. I would say the majority of my black friends support Bernie, period. Still to this day. Now it's split, I would say, between nobody. It's a three-way split between nobody, third-party candidate, and Hillary. And so,
yeah, but it's not going to be nobody, and it's most likely not going to be a third-party candidate. So those
right.
are the things that
Well,
people got to like.
Yeah, almost
People got to
guaranteed.
get that out of their head. Yeah.
I think that I said this before too, and I think the main thing is going to be: is there more conservatives that do not want Trump or do not support Trump, or is there more progressives or liberals that don't support Hillary? Because I think that's the deciding factor. Because I would say there's an argument both ways. There's a lot of Republicans, even big time people in politics, that don't support Trump, and there's a lot of liberals and people who would normally vote left not supporting Hillary. A good majority. And so, I mean, that's really what it's coming down. It reminds me of like the 2004 election, where nobody wanted anybody to win. You know, if neither was the option, they would have picked neither.
Yeah, but it's not going to be, you know.
Right.
And like, well, you know, I hate to be the one to say the lesser of the two evils, but realistically, that's what this election all boils down to, which is very unfortunate. No, yeah, you're right. I think most politicians in either of the two, either of the two parties really represent. You know, they don't. None of them really represent our best interests. So, I think the closest thing to it is the Libertarian Party. It's really unfortunate that they didn't have a strong enough candidate. That Gary Johnson, he came out of left field, and I don't know shit about him. And the stuff I did,
they're still bipartisan in third party candidates too, because you got the Green Party, and you have the Libertarian Party, which the Green Party, they're not considered Republican or Democrat. They're kind of more. They have aspects of both, you know, both parties. Green Party is a little bit more leaning towards government, and Libertarian obviously is a little more leaning towards the you know, power to the people, you know, privatizing the wealth. But it's got aspects of both.
Yeah, the government just being less involved in everything.
Right.
Which I think the government needs to be involved in certain things. I think that a lot of people need regulation. I don't think there's a.
Well, I mean, it's hard to. It's a hard pill to push, because it's like, I mean, without government, our country would collapse. That's just a fact of life. With too much government, then our country becomes Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like somewhere in the middle we have to find a balancing point, and the problem is, I mean, it's just such a complicated in so many different fields where. And this is why some people ask me why there's not more than two parties, or why is it always Republican Democrat? And it's because there's too many factors, socially, economically, you know, that is a yes or no answer. You yes or no agree with abortion, yes or no with, you know, gay marriage, marijuana. Like, there's really not room for a third opinion.
Well, I kind of disagree, because I think that's more of a media thing, and the people that control the powers that be that control who they want in office. And typically, I want to say big business, banks, and whatnot, they would prefer to see a more conservative approach, less government, less regulation, whereas you're going to have I almost want to say the more government approach with the Democratic Party, but I don't really know who's benefiting there, if I'm being honest. You know, I don't know this the people. I feel like the Democratic Party has done a good job to create a society that depends on government more than they should, that expects more from their. You know, I feel like the government should play more of a supportive role to us than a controlling role.
I agree. And, I feel like there is like I said, it's dealing with balance, because, like I said, I mean, nobody wants to have. I mean, well, here's the thing: is the government is people. I mean, it's people. So,
right.
It's just one of those things where people are corrupt by nature. no matter what. I mean, there's corrupt cops, there's corrupt teachers, there's corrupt civilians, there's corrupt people in the military. You know, no matter where you look, if there's people involved, there's corruption involved.
Oh,
So
yeah.
giving too much power to any one entity is going to cause corruption. So, I mean, it's just basically, without the Republican Party, the Democratic Party would fail, and vice versa. Without the people, the government would fail, and vice versa. So you have to find a balance there on a number of issues, and that's a tough thing to do.
Do you think, because Republicans typically have been more on the, you know, obviously they're more conservative. They are considered conservative, but Republicans have generally represented, and I want to say in the public eye, the media, that Republicans have typically represented older white males, that generation. You know what I mean? Kind of more powerful.
Yeah.
Do you think that if the Republican Party were able to kind of reach out to like the millennial generation a little more, like Barack Obama has been able to do, Bill Clinton, obviously Bill Clinton, it wasn't millennials, but he was part of the Generation X, you know?
Right.
Part of the current more, what am I trying to say? What's happening now? You know, what's
Right.
You know, because Barack Obama, he really appealed to, you know, the younger demographic. You know, I want to say like 18 to 35.
Yeah,
you
'cause,
know?
I mean, if you look at it now, neither Hillary nor Trump really have done anything as far as young people. Bernie Sanders was the candidate for millennials and young people. That, I mean, whether you were conservative or liberal, but like I feel like it could come out of anything. I really think that there is a possibility, even with the values of the Republican Party, there is a possibility that you have a Republican Bernie Sanders, you know, in 4 years. I just think that you just got to find the right guy. You got to put the right guy out there. He's got to have a message. I feel like even Marco Rubio could have been that guy, even though I feel like he would have had to take a few different turns and shifts in order to do that. But just because he's the youngest candidate to make it as far as he did, he had the potential to be the millennial grabber. You know, I feel like, honestly, out of the whole Republican Party, I was hoping that Rubio would be the guy. Like, I felt like he actually was decent. I mean, like, I didn't agree with a lot of what he was legislating, but I felt like he would have been the best choice as the Republican nominee.
I feel like in the next 4 years, they've got, and both parties have 4 years to do this, is to try and get a party that can relate to the people right now. You know, Trump claims he's that guy, but everybody knows, you know, he's him. I think both him and Hillary are two of the most, with what's really going on in the world, that you could probably have running for office. But
Check the messenger there.
do we got something going on, or
Yeah, I think we're ready.
you want me to send her another invite?
Yeah.
All right, I got this. Oops. Militia Day at Gmail. All right, Militia, come on, where are you at? Militia.
Yeah.
I say militia because I'm like white.
Because said no militia.
There wasn't really a more etiquette way to put it. I'm just like, as I'm white and. So, like I was saying, like, do you feel like if the Republican Party was able to put out like a Barack Obama or a JFK or Abe Lincoln-esque candidate, do you feel that that might be enough to sway you, or are you that liberal that you're just like, no, this is where I stand, and I'm on this side of the fence?
Well, there's some changes that have got to happen. I would say kind of like there's always this stigma that goes along with your party. Like in the 80s, Democrats were known as being soft on war. They still are known for that, being soft on crime, soft on war, soft on a bunch of aspects. And the only reason Clinton was able to win in 92, 94, I forget, was because his whole campaign was how he's not that guy, how he's going to be tough on crime. He's going to be tough on, he supported the death penalty, which as a Democrat was like, whoa. So you would have to have a Republican who would be able to cross that boundary and actually still be conservative, but have certain principles. Like who was it? There's a Republican candidate this year that had a few very progressive ideas, like very not very what do you call it, not very conservative ideas. So I think it would have to be a candidate who could kind of cross the border, not just be it's gotta be somebody who has that ability to cross that boundary and kind of be a little more middle, kind of in that middle right category in order for it to actually work out.
I think we got a visitor online finally. So,
you know what I mean? So it's got to be somebody who could kind of ride the middle right. It can't just be a super right conservative.
See, then you already know where I'm going with it. You're describing a libertarian.
It's true.
That's
I mean, I feel like now the only thing is it's hard to because the Libertarian Party is not conservative. It's hard to get the support of the Republican Party behind, because you would need that third of the country to support either, libertarian or, because I mean, I feel like if somebody could, like someone like Gary Johnson, if he was to run as a Republican, having his libertarian views, then you would find, because that's happened where somebody's been middle or third party. Bernie was an independent for half of his career, and then he went left. You know what I mean? And so I feel like if you had an independent that goes right, like I think what's his name, the doctor guy.
Ben Carson.
Yeah, like he was independent his whole medical career and then went right. Somebody like that could bridge the gap, because he could he has enough independent views to be able to kind of pull the other side, because you got to pull some from the other side in order for you to actually have a chance. And that's what Trump is doing with Democratic, like rich people, or Democratic, like I don't want to use, but like rednecks, I mean, he's able to pull them. And just like Hillary is able to pull women who are Republican just because she's a woman. You have certain people like that. So you have to be able to pull from the other side in order for it to work for you, I feel.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of elements. I feel like I honestly, and I'm going to stick by it. You know, I know that you somewhat disagree, but I feel like the media plays one of the biggest roles in who is influenced and who is pushed through the polls and who the people start relating to and who the people think they should start voting for. I think the media is just so I think whoever's controlling the media, which is typically the Jewish and they're, you know, I want to say, you know, they own most of the major networks, let's put it that way. And you know, I feel like
you got a mixture. I mean, I think there are dedicated Republican networks, dedicated Republican shows,
Fox News, that's about it.
Right.
And
then you have dedicated liberal.
Oh wow, look, we got somebody.
Figured it out.
So we just started chatting because we were waiting for you, and we're like, we're just gonna start talking about some shit. What do you got? Were you just running a laptop or what?
Yeah, it's just an Asus laptop.
But it works. It's got you on. It looks good. It sounds good.
It's love it, however.
That's cool. Okay. All right. As long as it works.
That's all it needs.
The video feed looks good. The audio sounds decent. So, word.
All right.
Yeah. See, me and Corey. Hey, Corey. What's on your screen right now?
You.
Me? Really? I'm so sorry about that.
I can't control it.
What about you?
What?
Now is it you? Is it you now?
Anytime someone talks, it goes to them.
Oh, does it? Okay. All right, good. Mine's been stuck on like me for a long time.
Well, you know what we're talking about.
I'm like, is this thing broken? So we've been just playing around with this, trying to figure out like how to work it and how like we can we've been how long we been live for? Like an hour now?
Oh, it seems like 45 minutes. I don't know.
It's been a minute.
I've never even been on
So yeah, Corey, go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to make sure we're on the same page, and you open up the chat on the right hand side there, and then.
Oh yeah, we have a chat. That's right.
And then as you can see, lightsaber background.
Whatever, dude. Stop trying to make me jealous.
Oh, nice.
Okay, wow.
Buddha and
Damn, I like the backdrop just destroys ours.
Gangster.
I have some foam.
Yeah, I like this
and speaker. I have a speaker.
Dude, those speakers are tight. I don't care.
Well, yeah, I guess they work. They put out sound. What part of town you live on? It's Militia?
Militia.
Melisha?
Mel.
Just Mel. All right, we're just gonna go.
I get called militia a lot, and it's kind of funny because I'm like, I'm not in the army.
But
you know,
yeah, I mean,
whatever.
that's what I always default to that. I'm like, militia? I don't know why, and I know better.
I live on 215 in Decatur.
That's not far.
215 in Decatur. Do you have your own place or what?
Yeah, I have a roommate, but yeah.
All right. I just ask these things because, like, me and Corey, we like put a little work, not a whole lot, but a little work into like what we, our setups. Since we can all remote do this now, maybe one day we can check your setup out, maybe give you some tips or whatever, just so we can get the best sound, the best like Corey just bought a new camera. Shit looks good. Way better than me. But yeah.
Yeah, hold on, wait. Let me talk a little bit so you can see my face. Yeah, it's pretty. I got one ear. Not there. We go.
Damn.
So what were we talking about now?
Okay, Melisha, I got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Where do you stand politically? You're not going to get beat up or nothing. Don't worry about it.
Discuss politics. Nobody gets angry.
No, I'm already angry.
I honestly think that our not feeling like we've had a voice for so long has pretty much made deaf sound basically overpower people's opinions. So basically, like, nobody votes because they don't think that their opinion matters, and therefore their opinion never matters.
I understand that. I feel that way sometimes.
Our deafness is louder than anything else right now. We're oblivious to what's going on. We ignore the people who are being oppressed. We try to make everyone shut up and go with the status quo because nobody wants to upset each other.
Right. Okay.
And I think we're coming to a point where it's going to come to heads where everyone who feels like people shouldn't have their feelings hurt are going to come to a point where their silence is actually going to be louder than any other voice. And I think that that's where our freedoms are taken the most, when we're all silent. And I think that's what it's coming to, and that's what it's been coming to for a long time. I don't think it's anything that our generation has done or even our parents' generation has done. I think it's been happening for a long time.
Do you think that we're like becoming like a bunch of drones? Like you see in movies a lot, where in the future we're just go to work, come home, like almost debilitated to a point, where technology we're so dependent on pretty much everything else but like our own free thought, so to speak. I mean, I know that's kind of out there, but
I also think that we're getting to a point where it's kind of like Idiocracy, like
yeah, I love that movie. Okay.
And the smart people are like, maybe we should hold off. And I think what's going to end up happening is that we're kind of zombies in a way. Like, we're talking about zombie apocalypse, and we're all kind of zombies anyway. Because all we do is we go to work to pay for a house that we don't actually own, on land that we don't actually own, with a car that we don't actually own. We're paying car payments all the time, and I feel like the ultimate goal is to keep us all in debt so that nobody realizes it's all a facade, to what's really happening, which is our planet is dying. We're showing it, and we're not doing it. And I
actually agree with a lot of what you're saying. So I mean,
we just go with the flow.
Tell it. I'll be right back.
Bye, Corey.
It's like a screen. Pay no attention to the man behind the screen.
Yeah, no, yeah. You'll probably be able to go back and watch the video of us, the progression to where we're at now, like on YouTube. But we were playing with our setups and our lights, and he put that up while we were waiting for you. Yeah, like I said, we've been on this for probably at least an hour now. At least. Let's see, what time is it now? Yeah, probably about an hour. Just goofing off. So then, right before you got on, we actually started talking about politics. Like, literally, we just were like, you know what? Let's just chat. Let's have a chat. So
Do you guys have two different political views?
yeah, I would say so. I mean, you know, honestly, I feel like I'm pretty neutral because I don't know if I really I would say I probably side more with like a libertarian viewpoint than I do either a conservative or a Democrat. But if I had to pick a side, I would probably be more conservative, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just straight left. I'm like
Yeah,
two left
Corey done exit stage left a long time ago,
Yep.
like
Stage left.
2008. 2008, pretty much. I want to say.
Well, I've always this is the thing. Since I grew up in the church, I was almost forced to be like more conservative. You know, that's kind of the party of church. But and I don't know if you remember, Mike. I was anti-gay marriage. Like I talked to you about that in year, not even that long.
I think I do remember that conversation actually. Yeah.
And it's just I just came to the realization. I mean, it was a transition because I went from like if it's not in the Bible, it shouldn't be in the Constitution, or it should be this or that, whatever. For me, it's just for me, it's kind of more of a balancing act. Like I was telling Mike before you got on, it's just you can't have just a straight liberal country. It's got to be, you got to have the balance. You got to have the different views, because if you have a straight up conservative country, then you have like a Roman Empire where you have the church that controls everything. If you have a straight liberal party, then you have Nazi Germany, because you have basically the government controlling everything. So you gotta find your balance there, and I feel like I'm mostly left when it comes to social issues. I'm a little more center left when it comes to economical issues, and when it comes to obviously Christian values, then I'm a little more center right. But there's certain things, certain principles that I believe that, like, I feel like you don't run a church like you run the country. There's a difference. So there's certain freedoms that you have as an American that the Bible doesn't necessarily give you. And so you kind of have to find, I mean, you can't just, like gay marriage. Bestiality is bad. We can agree on that. We probably should not.
Hold up, Corey.
It's bad. So there's really not going to be any laws saying, okay, you can
say that I can't fall for a dog or a horse. I mean, come on.
Start falling in love.
I have rights too.
You know, so there's that, but then there's certain things where you kind of have to bend around the teachings of the Bible just so you don't impede on people's freedoms, you know. And it would have to be a pretty broad margin. Me and my brother, who is actually very left, we're talking about gay marriage and stuff, because he's left on a lot of things, but he's definitely all the way right when it comes to gay marriage. He just does not agree, period. He's like, it's unnatural. It's against the Bible. There's just so many reasons why it should not be legal. But I told him
that I'm going to just say just one point. I'm fine with gay marriage. I would prefer that they make regular marriage illegal. Kind of, like, they can have the marriage. They can have the marriage, and I'll just like
go through the same stuff.
have fun with that shit.
So what I told him.
No, you know what they should do? You know what they should do? Well, go ahead, Corey. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's real quick. What I told him is there's actually more, okay, because the whole thing is the debate whether gay is born or a choice. That's really the main thing, which I believe that there's both, obviously. I feel like some people.
I think so, too.
And I feel like there's certain people that, like, there's a kid at one of the schools that the kids goes to that is too young to be making those kind of choices. You know, it's too young to, you know, when you're like 8, 9, 10 years old, and you want to dress like a girl and you want to talk like a girl and act like a girl, I feel like you're just too young to make that choice, based on your surroundings. I feel like it's so innate, it's so natural that it had to have come from before they were able to consciously make that choice. But I feel like there's a problem because if you look at the amount of people who are gay, there's a very similar amount of people who are left-handed if you look at the numbers. And there's no argument that left-handed, you're born with it, and so I draw like a parallel there because I feel like there's no discrimination for left-handed people, but there's discrimination for gay people because of how they're living. And it's all right not to agree. Like a lot of people left and right don't agree, but I feel like taking rights away because you don't agree is where you're crossing the line. So go ahead, Mike.
Well, I mean, is there a lot of gay people that go to church that you know of that like want to go to Christian Catholic churches?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
That's like their vice.
I ask because I don't know. I'm ignorant to it.
I know.
Okay?
I know a lot of gay people that go to church and want to.
Okay.
They teach the love part of God rather than the They believe that all people are loved by God. If you love men, or if you love women, or if you love both, you're loved by God, and therefore they go to churches that support that too. A lot of churches now have like stopped, in light of what has happened. A lot of churches have stopped teaching that it's so wrong, and now they're teaching.
You mean like the Old Testament?
Well, no,
Old Testament.
More of the New Testament, where Jesus states that it's not up to us to judge what another person is going through. That's on God to judge who we are. As man, we're not supposed to judge. What does he say? He said, "Those without sin, may they cast the first stone."
Yeah.
Right. And sin is sin. That's another thing is if you ever lusted or if you ever cheated, if you ever done any of those things, sin is sin. That means if you murdered, if you lusted, if you anything in between, if you don't repent, if you don't believe in God, then you already know what happened. So it's one thing, because I asked my brother, I was like, what's the difference between sinning in your life and living in sin? And he's like, well, if you just choose to, well, there's really no difference. A sin is a sin. And the thing that I keep thinking of is, like if you go New Testament, forget, man, I gotta brush up. But somebody asked Jesus what how do you get to heaven? Because there was no more sacrifices and doing the things you had to do. Because he basically was turning the tables on all that stuff. He's like, basically, if you trust in God with all your heart and you acknowledge Him as your Savior, basically that's it. That's what you need. You have it's a trust. It's a believing in God by grace. You're saved by grace, not by works. So you can't like the missions and like all of the Catholic and Mormon and all these different exercises and missionary missions that you go on to prove your or solidify your place in heaven are really not necessary, and that's very controversial, I'll say, but it's really not necessary if you have accepted Jesus as your Savior. And that's the thing is, gay or straight, it doesn't say if you're gay and you accept Jesus, you're still going to hell. It just says if you accept Jesus, that means you're saved. Now, the walk with Jesus is where you get into muddy water. So it's like, technically, if you believe in God, you have the capacity, you have the ability to make it into heaven. Now, that's really from that point. That's where all the monotheistic, basically, it doesn't matter who you believe in. If you fully believe in your heart with faith, I mean, there's no proof. You have to have faith. That is normally the way you get into heaven, no matter what the religion is. But where the religions split and differ is the other stuff you have to do. You know, like Judaism has certain things you have to do, and Catholicism and Mormonism, and you know, basically everything after you accept God is the difference between the rest of the religions. So that's church for today.
Good job, Corey. Good job. I'm going to tell you right now, as far as religion go, my stance is like, I'm not religious, I guess, pretty much. That's the easiest way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe that there's you know, God out there? I'm open to it, but I'm pretty
You're agnostic.
yeah,
You're iffy.
yeah. I mean, so you won't offend me talking about religion. I only brought that up because
you know, sometimes they talk about religion and Michael go,
no, I will take interest, but you know, we sometimes rabbit hole. You know, we start talking about something. You know, we've done it ever since. Have you ever listened to any of our ID10T shows, Melisha?
I listened to part of one.
My job is going to be to try not to butcher your name. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to do it. So just get over it. Anyways, so like. We will rabbit hole. So sometimes I think that in religion, when we start talking about religion, like real deep into it, I feel like sometimes that could be a rabbit hole where we're just like, how do we get back? And we just unwind it.
The thing is it's kind of like foreign languages. It's like you can be saying the exact same thing, but speaking in two different tongues because the person might see it one way and the other way, but you're saying the exact same thing. That's the problem with talking religion or politics. Like,
yeah,
bring it back full circle. Back to
yeah, I mean, and it is full circle though. You know, you can't have, you know, one without the other. You know, so I do understand it, and I do have respect for it, and I'm actually open to it. You know, if something ever really reaches out and grabs me, then I'm gonna go for it. You know, but to this point, you know, I see so much hypocrisy in almost every, except maybe Buddhists. I don't know, maybe. I don't know anything about that. So
yeah, I think it's because you don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Seems cool. Them guys, they don't fuck with nobody. So
right.
But yeah, but one of the reasons I brought religion up was really like the whole point of the gay marriage, like. A lot of the I'm gonna be Donald Trump. They all live in Chicago. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so no, but a lot of the gay people that I know, one of the big reasons they want to get married is because they're like basically not acknowledged by government, by insurance companies, by you know, and it didn't really seem to have like a religious foundation, which marriage is kind of based on. You know, it's based on like
not anymore because the only way that a gay male or a gay female can know about their significant other in a hospital is to be married. Therefore, otherwise they have no rights at all. So marriage really doesn't have that much of a religious sanctity anymore. I don't think a lot of people see it that way either. I think a lot of
and that's kind of almost exactly what I said, just kind of worded different. Like they want to be married because they want to be. You know, they want to have, you know, if there's a hospital issue, you know, they want to be able to have that control that real family or real married people would have. I know I'm using my limited experience. You know, I'm sorry it's not that good, but you know, one of the concerns that like, and they're really good people too, that this couple that I know, and they've just been struggling with the government and with like what you said, benefits, and and that was one of the sole reasons that they wanted to get married. And like, kind of part of my point was, well, is it really the sacredness or the sanctity of marriage that you were after, or do you just need to have that security? And if that's the case, maybe certain laws could be adjusted to accommodate that. So people that are in like a real relationship and they love each other, they're soulmates, that the government or insurance companies or anything else, any other type of entity would have to acknowledge that, But once again,
You set yourself up for fraud that way.
Well,
but marriage can too. Marriage can too.
I think it's like that. I think part of it is that point that you guys are making, where it's the equal rights. It's equality. It's an issue of equality. It is
equality. Yeah.
That's one of the things, and I think the other is I think it's kind of more of a push to progress the country as far as it's what's the word?
Evolve.
It's acceptance. It's like tolerance for that lifestyle, because I feel like it. I feel like that's part of it. I feel like if I was in that situation and I knew that 50% or 60% of USA thought that was wrong and bad and that I should go to hell. And I mean, if you look at anything gay related in like a YouTube video, you look at the comments, I mean, you're going to get the worst of the worst kind of people. So it's like, I feel like part of the push for gay marriage is because of the resistance to gay marriage. So I think you have the rights, you want the equality. I feel like it's a movement. It's a progressive movement. And I feel like, lastly, I feel like there's certain people out there that just simply want the right to love whoever the hell they want. And that's
your God-given right anyways.
Right. So it's just, and I think that with that, you're always going to have a base of people that support you, because anybody who supports love and relationships could see that. I mean, I always tell certain people, what if woman and man was illegal? Would you leave your woman or leave your man? Sorry. All right.
Are you running for president? Are you going to put your vote for you right now?
Right. But
I vote
I
for
think
Corey.
the other thing is that the reason the movement is happening so quickly and why it's happening now is because think about in the past, like Matthew Shepard, he was beaten and killed for being gay, for just solely that reason. Nothing else did that guy do but be gay. So I think that what they're also trying to do is they're trying to stop the hate.
Right. Yeah, it's part of the movement.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing is, changing laws isn't going to change that. That's just a deep down.
Making it a hate crime to have that happen, where you get a more severe punishment and you don't just get a slap on the wrist. That is somewhat changing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can see that. You have to change the narrative somehow. I mean, but then you're just changing the reason people do it is because they don't want to go to jail versus they just don't want to do it because it's wrong.
Yeah, but
that's how you. I would say that's how you attack racism. Now we're getting into my alley.
Oh boy, I've been waiting for this.
because you have to
hate crimes,
right?
Absolutely.
What you do is you legislate first. You make it illegal, just like the 13th Amendment. You make it illegal to own slaves. Now that's not going to change the people that actually own slaves. They're still going to feel like owning slaves is right. But as the generations keep going, you start to see the way to kill. Like people say, oh well, there's always going to be racism. I don't agree with that. I feel like if you don't teach your kid racism, then they're not going to teach their kid racism. You know, racism is learned, but I feel like the reason we progressed in the last 50 years is because we've gotten progressively less racist. I mean, if you look at the people in the 60s and the 50s, there was I'm pretty sure you can agree there was a higher portion of racist people than there are today. That's why, I can't bring up statistics to tell you, but I'm pretty sure there was more racist people in the 50s than there are today. And the reason for that is because people started seeing that, knowing it was illegal, knowing it was bad, knowing, you know, it was inequality, and not teaching that to their kids. And so people, I think everybody has a racist uncle or a racist cousin or a racist grandparent or something like that. And the reason you have that one, or you have those couple people in the family and not your entire family, is because it's not being taught and not being preached and not being, exonified, like, you know, pushed. With the kids here, like with my kid, I feel like I don't want to teach them the black power, black pride, like be proud of it. I just want them to just not get any of that. I don't want them to get it on the racist side. I don't want to get them on the Black Panther side, because I feel like if you keep it even, you know, you tell them if a person doesn't like you because you're black, that's because they're stupid. That's it. I feel like if you keep the level of like the militantness versus because being militant is good, but it's a thin line. If you want to fight against hate by hating, what are you doing? It's just more hate. Hate plus hate equals hate. It's a formula. So what Donald you do Trump. Is
2016.
So hate plus hate equals hate. Hate plus love equals hate. But at least you know the person that hates is the bad one, you know. And so with enough people not deciding to Michelle Obama, the next one. If as long as you go high when they go low, then you're the good one. And if
you think Michelle Obama's the next in what, 2020?
No, 2024. 2024.
2024. You know, just based off of what we've seen with Hillary Clinton, this is how we rabbit hole. This is horrible. But based off of what we've seen from like the acceptance of Bill Clinton versus Hillary Clinton, like Bill Clinton was a fucking landslide.
Yeah.
On pretty much both elections.
Bob Dole.
You know,
Bob Dole.
People they loved him after he cheated. They loved him before he cheated. They love him now still.
Yeah, that's weird, huh? Crazy.
Loved his
Hillary
yeah.
is not Bill Clinton. And like just based off of that, I would be worried if Michelle Obama was to run, just based off of past history.
Here's the thing, and I know why you're saying you'd be worried, because it would be a landslide. Like there's been so much shit thrown at Michelle Obama for nothing. Like, like I can't. Like I remember I asked you one time, Mike, can you name one thing that Michelle Obama's done wrong?
I have no problem with Michelle Obama. I'm going to go ahead and go there now. But
so it's like if she ran, the Republicans. Okay, when you talked about the media, I feel like it's wrong for the media to villainize a candidate so that their candidate looks good by default. I feel like that should be illegal, honestly. I feel like hating on one. I mean, if you point out the flaws in someone, that's fine. But there are some ads that are so not. I mean, even being a Hillary supporter and seeing the Trump ads, some of them I'm like, all right, yeah, calm down. That's a lot, you know.
Yeah, well, it's getting crunch time, you know. So
politics are too.
If there's
now.
anybody that's on the fence.
Yeah, I feel like it's just bad. It's just bad. You don't like. That's why I try to keep the kids away from the TV because it's just like now it's like it's just terrible. It's like it's more so a shit slinging contest versus this is what my candidate will do for America. You know, we don't know anybody's policies because we're too busy talking about emails and coochie grabbing.
You know, I was
You know.
I'm going to start this off. I was talking to a left-wing person. I was talking to a Democratic voter, and he said, he's a black dude too, by the way. All right. He said, he's like, you know, I think Trump would have won by a fucking leaps and bounds, by landslides, if he would have never turned it into a shit-slinging contest that he did. That just the kind of some of the low levels that he went to with Hillary, like, you know, people actually like really started relating to Trump, but you know, the last couple months has just been so bad. And even all the Republicans that have like jumped on Trump's bandwagon are just like,
Ooh, I can't.
what did we do? What did we do? Who created this?
Well, I think what it is I mean, from the beginning, the Trump, let's not call it Republicans, before there was ever a dedicated candidate, Republicans, I've never had a problem with the Republican Party. Like, I feel like that family mentality, that strong military mentality, that, you know, basically trying to promote the American dream. It's all good stuff. Church. I mean, if you look at the foundation of what the Republican Party stands for, it's very American. It's very, you know, I mean, if you look at the foundation of what the Democratic Party, like if you really take all candidates out of the loop and look at what the policies and what the foundation is for both, you can, I mean, at that point, it's kind of hard to choose because you got a party that says, you know, we want everybody to have a fair shot and everybody to progress and for the, you know, we want a strong economy. We want power to the people, not the government. I mean, there's all things that the forefathers built when they were creating this country. So what happens is you add personalities to these now. So you got, you know, racist people jumping on the Republican Party because that's where they fit. Like me and my boy Bobby, you know Bobby, famous Bobby.
Do you think Donald Trump is racist?
Do I think he's racist?
Militia. And you answer. Do you think he's racist?
Do I think Donald Trump is racist?
Yeah,
I think Donald Trump at this point will say anything in order to get a rise because he just wants to stay in people's mouths. So do I think that everything that Donald Trump does is coming off or is as authentic as people think it is because he's racist? No. I think that racism is a huge discussion in our country right now, and it's a big way for him to be able to stay in people's mouths. It was a way for him to be able to get through the race as well, because he's huge factions in different Republican parties and different states. But I think that some of the things that he says is very I don't think he's very sensitive to races. I don't think he's necessarily racist. Not. I think he's very calculated, honestly. I think he's very smart. And where people are like, oh, he flies off the handle and he says, I honestly think he's manipulating all of us and continues to manipulate since the very beginning of this whole game in which he's playing, which is just to win. That's all Donald Trump has ever wanted to do in life is win. And this is just another contest he wants to win.
Yeah, there's a part of me that wants to agree with you there. But I do like 100% feel that the Republican Party only let him get as far as he did because it is just that it's a popularity contest. I think they're kind of figuring out how like a lot of these Republican candidates are looking in public eye versus the Democratic Party, and they're just like, we have to get because the Democratic Party is just way too strong right now as far as approval rating goes.
I don't think when we started this whole entire thing of picking who the president was going to be, everyone thought into the future or what this was going to mean, what impact it was going to have. I think they thought about how can we get our candidate in there and who can we put in there that will just go in. Nobody thought about what he's going to do once he's in there.
Albert Einstein.
Yeah, I feel like the Republican Party, I feel like they kind of started pushing Trump because they saw that he was getting a lot of ground, and nobody else in their party was. I mean, you take probably their strongest guy, I want to say, is maybe like Ben Carson or who's the other guy that just endorsed Trump not too long ago? What was his name?
Chris Christie?
No, the other one. The Constitution guy. The Constitution guy.
Yeah, is it Ron?
You know who I'm talking about.
Ron Paul? No.
It's somebody else. It's somebody else. I'm sorry that I'm so ignorant to this right now. I wasn't prepared.
Okay, keep going.
But my theory is that they're looking at the Supreme Court more than they're looking at the presidency at this point. That's you know, and you know, realistically, all politics right now is a bit of checks and balances. Look at what Obama has tried to do and couldn't because of, you know, the Senate or the Supreme Court.
And
so, you know,
that to me feels like that's where we're also like limiting ourselves with the two parties, because a lot of the things that they were blocking Obama about wasn't based upon they didn't agree with what he was doing. It was based upon they didn't agree with him.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. You could have had the best idea in the world. We're not going to agree with you because just of who you are.
It felt like that. Yeah, it felt like that towards the end for sure. I 100% agree. It started feeling like, man, it was just like anything that Obama wanted to do, he was just getting roadblocked. Which in certain cases I think are a good thing, but there was a lot that I think he did bring to the table that could have been good too. But, you know, I feel like a lot of his legacy will have been cock-blocked, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's called a filibuster. I'm looking them up right now.
But I feel like they kind of have that same mentality with Trump. Like, look, we'll put him in office. We're gonna get him. We're gonna endorse him based off if he agrees on who he puts in the Justice or the Supreme Court. And basically, if he gets too out of line, we're just gonna fucking filibuster everything he tries to do for the next 4 years. We just got to deal with this shit. We got to pretty much babysit this fucking guy for 4 years.
At the same time, if we're putting somebody in just to filibuster all their ideas, then why do we have them in there? Like, aren't we supposed to be putting someone into?
It's not a we. It's the Republican Party. No, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not we.
No,
I don't think
that's what I'm saying. Is I'm saying, like, that's the problem. Is now we have two parties, and one party is like, no, we want it to be our way, and we want it to be our way. Instead of working together to actually come and solve the issues we need to solve, instead we just, like we do every year, we put off, you know, shutting down the government for one more year or one more, because that's how our country ran. I mean, every year we're about to shut down the government. It's because none of us can ever come to an agreement.
Well, people need to start taking the red pill. Wait, which is the one in the Matrix? Is it the red pill?
Yeah, which one is going down the rabbit hole?
I'm looking. There's a few things I want to talk about.
People need to start waking up. You know, people just gotta, like you said, there's people got to start waking up. You know, one of the biggest reasons I'm so skeptical of this whole election has just purely been the media and what the media has fed, and it's hard to like discern what's fact and what's fiction and what's just being what's misleading.
The real wake up is the United States needs to wake up and realize that the media is not the news that it used to be.
Right.
Now you have to take everything with a grain of salt.
Right. I want to talk about a few of these filibustered bills that Obama tried to pass that Republicans now complain about. The American Jobs Act. Need jobs, right?
I need a new job. I need a new job. Do you know anybody hiring?
Uh, basically, it would have raised taxes on the rich 5.6%, but would have added. And this was in 2011, called the American Jobs Act. It was shut down in 2011. Basically, it was it lost by one vote. Basically, it would have raised taxes on the rich, which we all know is not in the Republicans' best.
That's a
Best
very,
interest.
very hard thing to do.
Yeah, so I mean
Considering-
that was the easy one. Now here's one. We have the border problems. We have immigration problems. In 2010, one of the first hugely filibuster deals was called the DREAM Act. Basically, all that was a bill that gave people who have been here longer than 10 or 20 years, I forget what exactly, I got to get into it to say exactly, a quick path to citizenship.
Not an instant one, but a quicker one.
Yeah, right. And
Well,
To the front.
depending on their done while they've been here, you come here and you get a job and you're doing good and you're
right.
and you're contributing, then yeah, I agree.
And that would have also granted instant citizenship to children born in America, because there's certain kids that are born in America that are still considered illegal aliens, based on how long their parents have been in America. So basically, that would have meant if you're born in America, you're an American citizen. Period.
I thought that's how it was.
I thought so
That's a-
too. Why do I
this
want to
is-
say that?
If you were born over American skies, you were considered an American citizen.
I'd have to get into it a little bit more to kind of hash that out, but I guess there are still loopholes in there. There is a
Rude.
Hey, before we get too much further, how much time do we have? I mean,
7
it's
hours.
like how much time? No, how much time do you guys have, like, to? Because I know nobody wants to be like on all night long, but like how much time?
6 a.m.
Oh,
What time?
Yeah.
6 a.m.
10?
That's in 5.5 hours.
Oh, well, we'll start wrapping this up then. We don't want to,
Yeah.
I do. It's nice meeting you. I do appreciate you coming on finally. It took a
All
long
right, one
time.
more. Last one, okay?
All right, let's hear it.
Paycheck Fairness Act. Republicans blocked the 2014 Paycheck Fairness Act for 4 separate times. The bill would have leveled harsher penalties for discriminations, required employers to account any pay gap between male and female employees, and the bill made a final vote of 52-40. 52 against it, 40 for it, which I just can't.
So is this like the gender pay gap
Yes.
thing, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like it's over 80% of people agree that women should make the same as men. But
Yeah, that one didn't go through.
yeah, but it got filibustered.
Well, wait, was it what did you say? Harsher penalties?
That was the thing, is it was harsher penalties for employers who displayed
Discriminate.
Yeah, displayed. Now it can't just be one case. It have to be, a trend of discrimination throughout the business between male and female employees that have the same job duties. But yeah, I mean, how that got filibustered and by that margin is beyond me. Like, I still don't get what's the difference. Why can't a woman make the same? And I know what the filibuster was about the penalties. Well, you can't penalize. Understandable.
The fuck you can't. I don't understand how
Well,
you can't penalize.
But that was the angle.
Discrimination against man and woman, or was it discrimination period? Because there could have been other, like, there's race discrimination, and
I didn't read the act.
so it could have been something little in there like that.
Right. I'm sure. I mean, if it's a filibuster, they're going to explore every alternative motive for not passing that. But I
Is
mean,
there a
at the
website
bottom,
that explains why they weren't?
I'm sure that we can find it. I mean,
Uh,
tonight probably not a good night, but
now.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just has to do with government control. You know, I mean, you got Republicans that they're like Corey said, they're more, I want to say, church state. You know, they don't want the government is in control of things. And the more laws you create like that, the more control you're giving the government, and you know, the more.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
But pay gaps in between male and female, that doesn't seem to me like something that would be.
Well,
No,
I can
not at
imagine.
all. Not at
I
all.
can imagine with Hillary, that's going to be one of the first bills that she redoes and stamps her name on it. It's just one of those things that I mean, you got to understand the Civil Rights Act, the most important act for Black people since the 13th Amendment, was filibustered multiple times for between 1960 and 1964. Multiple times. I'm talking about hours and hours of people saying, no, this is not right. This is not right. But I mean, in all fairness, once the bill is passed, once it becomes a law that you cannot discriminate, then after that, people start to awake and say, you know what, that's not right. Why was that ever not a thing?
Isn't it weird how we have to be told that something is, do not do that before we realize, oh, we probably shouldn't do that?
Well, there's a part of me that's wondering, you know, why the government has so much control over these type of things. Anyways, why are the U.S. citizens not more involved in this? Because this is something like that was brought up to our device, up to us to be able to decide whether yes or no we should pass these type of laws. I'm pretty sure, you know, well, I want to say probably 60-70% would agree this is fair. Let's do this. Let's run this one through. You know, fair pay, or Black people can vote, or whatever. You know,
marijuana. That's another highly filibustered deal. But I
so
mean,
what pro or against?
Anti. Because at this point, it's left like Obama. People say Obama never did nothing for me. I want to smoke weed. Well, time out. There could be a federal order right now that says if you're caught with even a quarter-ounce little piece of anything, you can go to prison. The president has the authority to write that into law. The thing about it is Obama left it up to the states. So now, if you want to smoke weed, it's up to the states you live in, which, I mean, considering the things that Obama's gotten filibustered in the past, leaving it up to the states kind of seemed like a good idea, because it's just one of those things where it's really, to Obama, is a non-factor. He's really not really worried about people smoking weed. It's not going to aid or take away from the economy in any real significant way. I mean, it is, but not really significantly. And he just doesn't see it as an issue. So
He did an interview saying that he just didn't feel like that was an important. He's like, we have more important things to be dealing with than this issue.
So what I think is leaving it up to the states as a president is a good thing. You know, is a good way to go about dealing with that kind of non-issue. But guaranteed, if he would have tried to pass, that's just one. The Black president wants to legalize marijuana. It's just like, you know, it's one of those.
Come on, we all know Willie Nelson needs to be the one to do that,
right?
Or Snoop Dogg.
I tell you what, check this out. Last point. You asked me earlier what a Republican president would have to do to get the youth involved. Pro marijuana.
For you?
No,
for you.
Anybody. No, not for me personally, but for
a Republican stepped up, yes, was like,
and was pro marijuana. That's the guy that's going to get the millennials.
What's Donald Trump's stance on it?
He's anti-marijuana.
Is he criminalized, or is he just leave it the way that it is now?
You know what? I'm not.
Because leaving it the way that it is now is still leaving it up to the states. So if he doesn't take it back, I mean, Nevada, it's on Nevada.
I don't think the pot is a concern for Donald Trump. I think the biggest concerns have been immigration,
the wall,
you know, yeah, blue wall. You know, trying to
Country's gonna build for us.
trying to figure out you know, bringing jobs back to America, which I can kind of get behind. But that's been his big thing, is like trying to bring jobs back from China and Mexico, which I don't think sounds bad. But
Okay.
yeah. So, anyways,
To answer that, he doesn't actually have a stance on it. He hasn't spoken on it yet.
I was gonna say I don't think he
No.
has a stance on marijuana. I don't think he really cares.
not that. Yeah, not that I can remember. No.
But that's a good place to end. What do you think?
Yeah, we will go ahead and we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But it's good meeting you. We'll let's work on a couple things before we go. We need a name, because I don't know if we want to go with ID10T show anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of not the same anymore, you know.
Yeah. We also need to figure out like a good time and day when we can do this, where we can just set aside an hour and do this. You know, my stepbrother Josh, he's 100% on board. He just, you know, we have to nail it, and we have to like nail down like a certain time and day when we can do it. And it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a lot more fun. So this is
I'm gonna put a link in this little chat. I want to send this to you, Melisha. Let's see. This is the camera that I'm using here. I don't know if you can click that. I don't know where it'll take you, but it's I don't know if you can tell by the amount.
Damn, looking all kinds of sassy. But yeah, I mean, we just let's try and stay in communication. Figure out, you know, we'll do a couple more of these little feeler tester shows. These aren't anything we're broadcasting or putting out there, you know, for everybody. I'm gonna put links in the what's it called? The Password is Taco profile on Facebook, but that's like the dummy, you know, profile. So, and if you do know people that want to just watch us goof off on camera until we get our shit together, that's fine too. But you know, until then, this is all just us testing our equipment.
Another thing, well, we're gonna actually have a structure. This is just, you know, this is just a test
Oh, yeah.
run. It's not gonna be, the shows are not gonna be this long. They're not gonna be this all over the place. They're actually gonna have a structure and a time constraint that we have to be able to get all this content in. And so don't worry. Not everything is like, you're not gonna be up until 1 o'clock in the morning every night. So.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
But I'm super glad that you came and hung out with us for a little while, honestly.
This was fun, and I'll check out your camera, and then I'll even look at getting like a table or something set up with some lights so that it's not so dim.
You know, yours looks good, man. There's no complaints as far as your lighting goes. It looks like, I would say, if anything, if you have any questions or you want us to like kind of like help you out, maybe we can come over and just take a look at where you're recording, and then we can kind of like go from there, you know, because you may not need to do shit. You know, you might, just the way you are right now, if you're happy with it.
Sit on my bed.
Yeah. But I'm loving that backdrop you got. That's the.
Oh yeah, you got this. The background is like excellent. Like you have a lot of good artwork. So that is.
Yeah, because
we're still working on ours.
That backdrop says, "Don't fuck with me mentally," because I'm gonna school your shit.
Oh my God. Buddha.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all gravy.
Cool.
All right. Well, have a great night, guys.
All right.
Dude,
Good night.
awesome.
Yeah.